right, hello everyone. Look, we got Representative Hodswell. We've got two legislators here now. That's great. I don't think the legislature's in session today. Is that the issue of why we had so many RSVPs and they're catching up on their rest? I know they had a long day yesterday. So thank you so much. I am very pleased to be here with all of you. I appreciate the work that the Michigan Press Association does and all the individuals who make up this organization. And I want to thank you for welcoming me. I am grateful to be, of course, introduced by incoming President John Elkert. Did I say it right, John? Okay, good. I'm hoping that Wes and family are okay and have a quick healing. I don't know what's going on, but I know that some challenge is happening, so I'm wishing them my best. You know, I know that this is a group that likes to dot their I's and cross their T's, and that's why I want to take a few minutes of time today to talk to you about two T's that I know every one of us values in this room: transparency and truth. First, I want to talk about transparency. Just weeks after I took office in 2019, I signed several executive directives that outlined the Michigan Sunshine Plan that I ran on as a candidate. We know that Michiganders value transparency. They spoke with a clear voice last November when they overwhelmingly passed Proposal 1. The legislature is now in the throes of enacting legislation to implement Proposal 1, and I'm excited about working with them to get this done before the end of this term. I strive to live up to these values as well. I am the first governor in Michigan history to voluntarily disclose personal financial information. My income tax returns, my travel records, and public calendars are published online for all to see. Transparency must extend to every entity that serves the people, including our public universities. Earlier this morning, I sent a letter to my alma mater, Michigan State University, to the Board of Trustees about the ongoing situation involving the chairperson and the possible leak of confidential information related to the investigation of the former football coach. I made it clear that civil rights investigations must be treated with the highest level of care and sensitivity by all those involved, especially those in leadership positions. We need a strong commitment by trustees, a commitment to candor and cooperation and complete transparency. This includes working with the investigation launched by the university's Audit, Risk, and Compliance Committee. As a proud two-time Spartan, former Ingham County prosecutor, mom of two college students at that other university, and as the governor of this state, I'm monitoring the situation closely. The students at MSU and the people of Michigan deserve nothing less. The steps that we are taking in the legislature with Proposal 1 and that implementation and my executive directives are all steps in the right direction. But I know, as well as you know, that there is a lot more good work to do together. I'm proud of the actions that I've been able to take unilaterally, and I'm excited with this new legislature that they are ready to take steps to codify and strengthen transparency requirements in state law. For decades, effective, common sense, good government legislation was stalled out in the legislature. With a new majority and a powerful legislative champions committed to transparency, I'm confident that they can get it done. I look forward to reviewing and signing those bills when they reach my desk. Because of you and so many other partners, I know that together we can build a more effective, transparent state government that serves the people of Michigan. I want to talk about the second T, truth. Everyone is overwhelmed with data these days. People sit through so much noise, they have to sift through it just to find accurate, reliable, and independent information. As journalists and people who are committed to the truth, I know that you are living this challenge every single day. I know those of you in this room, considering a career in journalism, understand how important this industry is in a world that seems to move faster and faster, and stakes that continue to get higher and higher. We need skilled, savvy press professionals with old school instincts and modern know-how. The fundamentals of reporting, asking questions, chasing leads, interviewing subjects, that's not changed, but the tools to distribute the news, and more importantly, the way people receive it and perceive the news, changes every year at a fast pace. There's a real lack of trust right now in our fundamental institutions. Everything from medicine and science to government and journalism. And there are far too many people who are willing to post first and ask questions later. The fog of social media warps our perspective by feeding us a version of the world designed to keep us scrolling, not substantively informed. We see the consequences of this environment every day, and I know that you do too. We are all committed to building trust and shoring up our institutions. We have a responsibility to build a better future where we can get good things done and ensure that the truth prevails. And that's one of my most important priorities as governor. I want to work with you to make sure that Michiganders know what is happening in their state, what's happening on the issues that make a real difference in their lives every single day. Now more than ever, we see that journalists on the front lines are doing this important work all across the globe. Which brings me to a third T, which I just came up with off the cuff. Tenacity. Just turn on the news. There are reporters in bulletproof vests halfway around the world, also on every continent, doing their jobs under difficult circumstances. I've been in contact with my good friend Janet Mills, the governor of Maine, this morning, who is right now, we're relying on the news to get simple information so people can stay safe, and so that they can apprehend the person that's taken these unimaginable, yet daily occurring violence that we see in this country. Your work is essential. There's a reason they call journalism the first rough draft of history. So I want to thank you all for welcoming me today. I want to thank you for the jobs that you do. I know that you've got lots of opinions on the work that we are doing and ways we can make it better. I know that we are aligned in our goals and not always in our methods of achieving them. But I want you to know that I appreciate the work that you do, even when you're criticizing the work that I do. I want to thank you for building trust and always verifying. And I want to thank you for always pushing for transparency and pursuing the truth with such tenacity. I recently spoke at the broadcasters' dinner, and they didn't ask me to do it, but I kind of turned it into a correspondence dinner. So if you are game, perhaps maybe we can do that in the future. I didn't come with a bunch of comedic material today, but you'll take great comfort that most of my jokes were at my own expense. But I think that it was great fun, and I think at the end of the day, you're professionals, you have a job to do, but we're also all human beings. And it's important to see the humanity in one another, to laugh where we can, because the work that we do is so important and so intense sometimes, that sometimes we forget to do those things that are important as well. So I know that together we can build a brighter future for Michigan. And I thank you for your hard work and for giving me a few minutes of your time today, and I'm looking forward to your questions. Thank you.